Hey there, I'm Janet from Paper and Spark, and I am a certified public accountant that started selling handmade jewelry on Etsy way back in 2011. Through my time as a maker, I saw lots of other artists and creative entrepreneurs really struggle with the financial side of running their shops. So I created the first bookkeeping template spreadsheet for Paper and Spark back in 2015. And since that spreadsheet was released, things have really grown from there. We now support over 15,000 Paper and Spark spreadsheet users. The products have improved and grown over time. We have spreadsheets for several other e-commerce platforms and payment processors. And fast forward to now, you're just in really good hands. My products are uniquely designed for e-commerce sellers, makers, artists, physical product sellers, and digital product sellers. They're not a one-size-fits-all type of solution like some bookkeeping software. They're designed for creatives in mind. So that's enough about Paper and Spark and me. Let's talk about you and why you're here. You might have some questions about which spreadsheet or which type of file is going to be best for you. There's lots of options here, and maybe you're not sure if you need a bundle, if you need an inventory sheet, what's an import add-on. Let's get clear on what all your options are so that you can find out what will fit your specific business needs best. Let's take a quick look. So first and foremost, we have our seller spreadsheets. This is like the bread and butter or the foundation of your new bookkeeping system. Each seller spreadsheet will import in your sales, fees, and other information from a particular payment processor or e-commerce platform. They also each have customizable space where you can manually enter in sales from other sources. So you'll be able to track everything in one place. They'll keep tabs of your total revenue each month, give you tabs where you can categorize specific types of expenses, and those will travel over to your monthly summary tab so you can still see everything in one place. And they'll also calculate your net profit or loss for you on a monthly basis and an annual basis, so you'll always know where your business stands financially. They're highly customizable, and you can rename things to fit your needs if you want to. And most of the seller spreadsheets also come with sales tax tracking information. This way you can track the amount of sales tax you've actually collected, along with your end state sales totals, which is usually something that you need to do your state sales tax forms. You can go in and automatically put in your state to quickly figure out your state's total in-state sales for doing your sales tax forms. You can also change the year of your spreadsheet if you want to do your books for a past year or use it for a future year. The goal with all the seller spreadsheets is that you have nearly everything you need to properly fill in your income tax forms for your business and your state sales tax form each year. No matter which seller spreadsheet you use, importing your sales and your fees is a super simple process each month, and you can do it in less than 5 minutes. Your purchase will include step-by-step instructions that walk you through downloading the specific report you need to import into your spreadsheet. You'll be able to do a simple copy and paste of that data straight from your sales system and then drop it in the right tab of your spreadsheet, and boom, the numbers that you need are automatically populated right here for you. I generally recommend that you purchase the seller spreadsheet that corresponds to the platform or payment processor where you do the most sales. Now you might say, okay, that's great, but I sell in more than one place, Janet. What if I need to import in from multiple platforms? How do I track sales from multiple places? That's where the Paper and Spark import add-ons come into play. The import add-ons are additional files that allow you to import your sales and fees in from a secondary source. So you can add as many import add-ons as you need along with your main seller spreadsheet. The import add-ons aren't designed to be used by themselves, but only with an existing and different seller spreadsheet. So let's say you sell on Etsy, Amazon, and Shopify. You might want to get the Etsy seller spreadsheet and the Amazon import add-on and the Shopify import add-on. All three of those together will allow you to easily import in from all three sources each month. That being said, keep in mind, you don't need an import add-on for the same source that you already have a seller spreadsheet. So you don't need an Etsy seller spreadsheet and an Etsy import add-on. You just need one or the other. Now you may have noticed earlier I said the seller spreadsheet will get you almost everything you need to do your income taxes. There's one big component that's not completely addressed on the seller spreadsheet: your inventory and cost of goods sold. If you're selling a physical product, especially if it's a handmade product, you need to be tracking your inventory and those raw materials and supplies a certain way for tax purposes. This way allows you to be able to easily have the inventory and cost of goods sold numbers that you need to do your tax stuff. And in addition to tax purposes, there's also the issue of being able to price and track your physical products as well. Pricing for profit is really important. That's why I've created these separate inventory spreadsheets. I have different setups based on whether you sell handmade products, resell or retail items, or vintage products. All of the inventory spreadsheets pretty much do the same thing, just in slightly different ways, depending on what sort of inventory you're dealing with. The handmade seller one allows you to track both your raw materials and supplies that go into the stuff you make and your finished handmade products, whereas the other two start with the finished product themselves. If you sell both handmade and retail items in your business, I recommend the handmade inventory spreadsheet, which is better suited towards both types of goods. The handmade inventory spreadsheet allows you to figure out the cost of goods made for your handmade items so that you can price them appropriately. All of the inventory spreadsheet options include some sort of pricing component where you can use a flexible pricing formula to figure out a profitable retail price point for your item. You'll be able to consider your overhead costs and your labor and your time in that formula as well. Most importantly, all of the inventory spreadsheets will help you streamline that year-end count for inventory and figuring out what you need to know for tax purposes when it comes to inventory. Unlike the seller spreadsheets, the inventory spreadsheets don't really relate to where you're selling online. You can use one of these inventory spreadsheets regardless of where you sell. Every single spreadsheet in my shop comes with its own set of step-by-step instructions with screenshots walking you through how to use your spreadsheet, along with step-by-step video tutorials that will show you how to visually use your spreadsheet. So whether you're a visual learner, a hands-on learner, or like to read stuff instead, you'll be set up for success. I've set it up so that even for spreadsheet newbies, it's very user-friendly and easy to get started and feel good about using a spreadsheet. Not only do the instructions show you how to use things, but you're also going to learn what you're actually doing. You'll understand the accounting and the bookkeeping tasks that you're working on so that you feel confident about doing your books too. And hey, we're creative people, so yeah, I try to make the spreadsheets as pretty and aesthetically pleasing as possible for you. There's color coding, there's lots of bright, shiny colors. Your bookkeeping system doesn't have to be fuddy-duddy and boring. We can make it just a tiny bit pretty, right? All of my spreadsheet files will work in Excel, Numbers, or the free cloud-based Google Sheets program, which is a great option if you don't already have spreadsheet software on your computer. So let's talk about these overall categories just so that we can be clear. You might want just a seller spreadsheet if you need help with tracking your sales and logging your expenses for bookkeeping and tax purposes for your shop. But maybe you don't need an inventory spreadsheet because you're either a service provider, you sell digital products, or for whatever reason, you don't have physical products. Or maybe you're already using a separate inventory system that you enjoy and you just need something to track your sales and non-inventory expenses. So that might mean just getting a seller spreadsheet. Or you might be on the opposite side of that. You might already have a bookkeeping system that you like for tracking your sales, but you don't have a good inventory system. A lot of bookkeeping software out there doesn't come with inventory functionality. So maybe you just need an inventory spreadsheet to supplement the bookkeeping system you're already using. You can get an inventory spreadsheet by itself. Many of us need help with both things. We need a bookkeeping system and an inventory tracking system. That's where the Build Your Own bundle is really handy. So in that case, I highly recommend checking this out. You can choose what seller spreadsheet you want to best fit your needs. You can add whatever type of inventory spreadsheet you need depending on what type of products you sell. And you can even add on an import add-on to that bundle. If you get the Build Your Own bundle and combine at least a seller spreadsheet and an inventory spreadsheet, you can purchase those items at a significant discount than if you purchase them individually. So through this Build Your Own bundle listing, you can pick out exactly what you need, what combination of spreadsheets works best for your business. I'll also add that any purchase of a bundle, a seller spreadsheet, or an inventory spreadsheet comes with access to the Accounting Accountability Club. This is a private Facebook community where you can get support and ask questions about your spreadsheet, bookkeeping stuff, tax stuff. I also hold live monthly office hours where you can ask questions, see answers in action as I share my screen, and access to the AAC means you get a bookkeeping checklist specific to your spreadsheet delivered straight to your inbox on the first of every month, along with any important tax or financial deadline reminders. So if you have trouble staying motivated throughout the year to do your books or you tend to procrastinate, the Accounting Accountability Club is worth its weight in gold. If you still have spreadsheet-related questions and you need some help, you can go to my FAQ and knowledge base page up here. There is a which spreadsheet should you purchase quiz that may help you decide further right there. Check out the pre-purchase FAQs, or you can watch any of the spreadsheet tutorials for any of the particular spreadsheets you're interested in over on my YouTube channel, which is also linked there. Also over on paperandspark.com, if you hover over the chat icon at the bottom of any product page, you can start a chat with me over on Facebook. You can tell me about your business, ask me about what you're thinking, and I'll make a personalized recommendation for you. Finally, you can always email me with any questions at hello@paperandspark.com. Thank you so much. I can't wait for you to get started with your new Paper and Spark spreadsheet. It's going to totally rock your world and make your bookkeeping life so much easier.